Perfect Texas rig shaky head. Dude, perfect Texas rig swimming Senko. Neither one of those are Texas rigged. What the hell's wrong with you? So it's kind of like hashtag. No offense, but millennials think they can just change the wording. I don't think so. That's not what... It's a pound sign, dude. Get it right. And that's not a Texas rig. Okay, I'm joking. I understand that it's been changed, and now Texas rig means a lot of different things. Basically, it just means rigged weedless, but either way, let me show you what an actual Texas rig is. Okay, so we're going to show the differences between a Texas rig and a Carolina rig. Okay, so here we have the basic components of a Texas rig, here, and a Carolina rig, here. The difference in those two rigs is very simple. There's no swivel or line between the weight and the hook on a Texas rig. That is what a Texas rig is. Let me show you a little bit more. And this is what a Texas rig is. That weight is free to swing against the hook. That is what a Texas rig is. Now you can peg this. You can prevent it from coming down here, but this is still what a Texas rig is. You can Texas rig your duck decoys. Duck decoys don't have hooks. This is not a Texas rig. The reason I'm showing you this is because most people say this is Texas rigged because it's rigged weedless. This is simply an offset hook, rigged weedless. It's a worm rigged weedless on an offset hook. That's all this is. This happens to be a trapper tackle hook. It's just rigged weedless. That's all there is to it. It's not anything special. So that's that. Now we can look at a Carolina rig. Okay. This is a Carolina rig. As you can see, it's attached to the worm down there. I'm not even really going to go into all the aspects of a Carolina rig because there's a lot of them, and you can change up anything. You know, you don't have to have the bead. You can use a different weight. You can use a tungsten weight. You can use a bullet weight. There's a lot of aspects that you can change. However, the biggest difference is very simple, that the weight is up against this swivel and there's a long leader between the two, whereas a Texas rig, the weight is right up against the hook. And again, the differences have to do with the weight and where the weight is on the line. It's not how you hook your bait. This is rigged weedless, has nothing to do with Texas rigging. I just wanted to make that clear because I see so many people, including pros, that say that this is a Texas rig. I've even heard them say, hey, you've got your Carolina rig and then go ahead and rig your worm Texas rig. You can't do that. That's not... Well, I mean, you could put another weight down here, but that would be kind of pointless. That's not really what they mean to say, I guess. I'm quite certain that someone else has told them that, and that's, you know, that's why everybody's saying it that way. But the truth is, you can Texas rig your duck decoys. It's just where the weight is on the line. It doesn't have anything to do with how you rig your bait. So that being said, there's a lot of ways that you can rig a bait. You can just rig it, and you go through here. You're marking where you want to go. You can go all the way through. Okay. Now this is a trapper tackle hook, so it's going to sit flush against there. But that hook is normally exposed on a regular extra wide gap hook. And that's fine. You can leave it like that. Or you can skin hook it. If you can see that. By just pulling this up and digging that into the skin there. And that's fairly weedless, but when you're banging it around, that can come out. And then your hook is now exposed again. The other thing you can do, I like to do this with Senkos a lot, is match that up, and then actually put this inside there about that depth. So you would go into the bait, and then you turn before it comes out. So that hook is entirely inside there. There's no hook exposed at all. Now, you just push down and feel that hook, and I can even see the tip of it. That is going to be perfect for it to come out. So it's entirely weedless. So let's use a different hook, 6/0. Yes, that's how big this worm is. And let's rig this. I'm going to call it standard. I don't even know what to call it. We're going to look at that, see where it goes through. Pinch the worm, put it right straight through, and it's loose all the way through there. Now, that fish like that can obviously be snagged. You can skin hook it, you can see here, or just simply putting that little piece up in there. But in my opinion, that gives a little bit of a bump. Sometimes it looks a little odd. Or you can, again, and these VMC hooks come at an angle so that they're supposed to come out. If you can see that. So if you rig it inside the bait, it will be, that tip is right there. I'm feeling it with my hand. Okay, it's totally weedless, but as soon as you set the hook, that's coming out. And that's how I like to rig. I like to rig my Senkos that way with an extra wide gap hook as well. Okay, so that's my little video, and I guess we're done for the day. So I just wanted to put that out there. Texas rig has to do with the weight, not where the hook is or how the bait is hooked. And that's all. I'm not trying to correct a bunch of people. Feel free to disagree with me if you think that that's something different. But I guarantee you, this is something that got confused along the way. However, I will totally say this. When someone says the bait is Texas rigged, I understand that innately it is rigged weedless. The terminology has nothing to do with your ability to fish. I just wanted to put that out there and make sure that people realize what the terminology is. I'll shut up now.